Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my playthrough of NBA 2K13. Today on the program, Nuggets fire Coach Karl, Lebron on the cover of 2K14, Heat versus Spurs, my workout routine, hashtag man date. Alright, those are the 5 topics that I'm going to try to stay on point. I'm going to try to focus on not getting off on tangents as much, because that's what I do. I go off on tangents, and then it goes back to, just basic whatever I'm feeling that day. If I'm in a bad mood that day, I'll go, and stupid Heat, they don't deserve the hate, and that's why I'm in a bad mood today. Like, I'll just go off on tangents, so I'm trying to be focused, and I'm going to try writing down some topics here. First thing we need to discuss is we were supposed to come back with New York Knicks, I believe, and it was supposed to be a rematch, right? I don't know. No, it wasn't. I don't know who I just played, but I totally forgot. I played him a couple days ago, and I won, and I recorded it, and I talked about some of these topics and other things. And I got off on a tangent in that video, but what happened was my computer had a heart attack, and it died, and I had to resuscitate it, and it forgot everything. So I had to re-download Chivalry, I had to re-download Minecraft, I had to re-download Steam, all this stuff I had to fix on my computer. So it's kind of sent me back a couple of days on recording things, because I've had to re-download all this stuff onto my poor computer that died the other day. So there we go, good defense. Oh, and then Hibbert has to get that offensive rebound. Terrence Ross getting the first. 2 games ago. See, I recorded one yesterday. No, a couple days ago, and that's the one that the heart attack situation happened to it. And before that game, I spoke to the GM, and I was like, we got to get Bargnani out of here. He's a big name who's not contributing as much. Lowry has a couple bad days. He's very inconsistent. So is Ross and DeRozan. But Bargnani doesn't even do much. He's a big name, though. He's a big name. So I told the coach, I don't like playing with this guy. We need to ship him out as soon as possible. Well, I told the GM this because me and the coach aren't on good standings either. We've been losing so much that I needed to get this team, this general manager of this team, thinking about the future and not whatever the hell he's thinking about now, because clearly it's not working. I think we're like 7-20 or something like that. Well, that's our record. I don't know for sure, but we're on a 2-game winning streak ever since I've started complaining, so that's good. Put a boot up the ass of the coach and a boot up the ass of Bargnani, and look at that, they're contributing and they're playing well and they're coaching well and we're winning, and that's excellent. So one thing I didn't check is if my microphone's recording, so I sure hope it is. It looks like it is. I don't know, we'll find out. Then it'll be strike 2 on an NBA video this week. Oh, man. Coach Karl from Denver Nuggets. It's really interesting. They lost their general manager, and now they've lost their head coach, and they have JaVale McGee on their team. That's 3 strikes, I think. I think they're done. And with them being in the West, wow, it's alright. This is actually a good team for, Gordon Hayward and Jamal Tinsley, whoever we still have, like these small guys, Cantor, to be leaders in our team and really look to beat a weakened Denver Nuggets team, because, man, they just took a shotgun and they pointed it towards themselves. They shot themselves in their own foot. I don't know why you would get rid of Coach Karl. You made the playoffs. He got Coach of the Year, and they got rid of him. I don't know, maybe they were just looking for something different. Maybe they're trying to make big changes this year. That would be very interesting. But I don't know. I mean, with Carmelo Anthony, I don't remember them being, because I didn't really watch basketball back in that day. I started watching basketball right around the same time Carmelo moved to New York with Stoudemire. So back in the day, was that team any good with Carmelo on it? I don't really remember, but Carmelo goes away, and then Coach Karl becomes one of the best coaches in the West. So why get rid of him? I don't know. It's got to be some sort of politic thing, or maybe they're just needing a newer, younger coach, I guess. Maybe maybe the new GM or whoever's in charge has someone that they're interested in. They're like, we can scoop them up. Are they looking to steal Sloan or Phil Jackson? Is that what's going on here? I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't know. It's like Coach Karl. He's like Popovich, but nice. Like, I don't know. Why would you do that? It's funny to me. I think it's hilarious. But that's going to be very interesting to see if the Denver Nuggets can recover from taking out the leader of both the upper office stuff and the coach of the team. I don't know, that's quite shocking. I know this because I've experienced it. We lost the owner of the company, right, and that jolted the Jazz. Damn, I forgot his name. Jerry something. Jerry... Oh no. How embarrassing. Jerry something. No, it's not Jerry, is it? No, it's not Jerry. And then we lost the coach, Jerry Sloan, and we lost Darren Williams, the star player. And, woof, did we take a hit. All of Utah was... It seems like we were split. When we had Jerry Sloan and Darren Williams, we're like, these are our guys. We're going to win a championship one day. It might not be this year, it might not be the next. But Jerry Sloan and Darren Williams are going to find a good supporting cast. And we've got Millsap coming up, and he's amazing as well. And we're going to get this done. We're gonna do it. And then, Sloan quits. We get rid of Darren Williams, and now we've got the new GM. So this, and new owner as well. So this is not new GM, new owner. And it's just, I've been through it, Denver. You're in for a couple of issues, and they're a respectively young team as well. Their oldest guy being the dude from Utah, which, again, I've forgotten his name as well. But it's just, they're a young team. Why wouldn't you use Karl as much as possible? I don't know. It's interesting. So, I don't know. maybe let's see, who else is coachless? Maybe he'll go to the Lakers. Maybe they get rid of D'Antoni halfway through the season, and they bring in Coach Karl. That'd be interesting. I'd watch it, and I think Coach Karl would love it, and I think Kobe would benefit from this. I think I would rather have Coach Karl on my team than D'Antoni. D'Antoni's a one-trick pony. I think George Karl has worked with so many different people. I mean, JaVale McGee, as messed up as he is in basics of basketball, he does do some amazing things. So maybe, he's used to coaching JaVale McGee, who is a defunct center, and maybe he could do the same for Dwight Howard. Maybe not coach him, because I don't think Dwight Howard needs coached. Dwight Howard just needs contained. He needs to be focused. Maybe Coach Karl can do that halfway through the season when they fire D'Antoni. I do not think D'Antoni survives this season with the Lakers, and it's kind of sad too. I mean, I pity the guy because it's not his fault, really. I mean, Sloan was the same way. He was just very stubborn and old and stuck in his ways, and some talent, Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant, might not like that. So, LeBron going to be on the cover of NBA 2K14, new NBA game. There's a legend mode, or dynasty, some sort of dynasty looking mode, and it sounds interesting, but I'm not going to look into it because then I get hyped up. And then I get excited, and then the game comes out and it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, and then it sucks, and then I don't ever play it. So I never look up anything on games. But, yeah, he's on the cover. He's in the commercial. The commercial was weird. He was, like, silhouetted. I was like, are you going to be on the path to greatness? I think it was path to greatness mode or something like that. Will you be on the path to greatness with me? Will you join me? And then it just unsilhouetted him. and he, he's King LeBron, join my reign or something like that. Something was said to that effect, which I think is cool because I'm the Ginger King. So I could say, yes, me and LeBron James are teaming up on this 2K14 title. We're both kings. I'm the king of gaming. He's the king of real life basketball. So yeah, we're working together on this thing, and yeah, our disciples, our knights, our queens, enjoy the game. So that's nice. Me and King LeBron James, King James, are we're one and the same. Kind of leads me to the Heat versus Spurs. Luckily we outbeat the Indiana Pacers. Great, good. Who we seem to be facing right now. And then Game 1 versus Spurs. Couldn't get the job done. I believe there was a Tony Parker game winner. I didn't get to watch it. I was actually, I'll talk about that in a later thing. But I didn't get to watch it. Tony Parker game winner at the end. Miracle layup. I don't know, kind of Steve Nash, Tony Parker type of layup, floater-ish looking thing. Wins them the game, so I don't know. I think that Duncan is doing well now. I don't think he'll last. Whereas LeBron and Wade, well, Wade he is kind of injured, but LeBron and Bosh, I mean, Butler seems to be handling, long, lengthy Game 7s pretty well, so Shane Battier, not Butler, sorry, Shane Battier. I'm sitting here thinking that's not his name. Shane Battier seems to be handling Game 7s well, so I just don't see the Spurs holding out. They might win Game 1, 2, 3, but I think that the Heat come back. Wouldn't that be amazing? They win 1, 2, 3, and then the Heat come back all four to make even more history. Oh, that would just stick it in the eye of the Heat haters, the H squareds. Oh, that'd be rough. even I don't like the Heat that much, I just want them to beat the Spurs, that's all. They're hired mercenaries at this point. Oh dear. Pandora just started. Kind of scared me. Whew. Oh man, it's not stopping. Demon iPod. Demon iPod. Distracted gaming right there. Augustine for 3. Not gonna go. Give me that rebound. Look at that. Look at that. Hoffman, he is kind of a complainer on this team. There was news in the NBA headlines one day about him wanting a bigger role. So I think I'm going to try to get him a little more involved. I'll set some more screens for him. Look at that. There's an assist for him. Gives Kleza a nice 2 points and a field goal. That was good teamwork. Me set the screen up. He gets the assist. Kleza gets the points. Beautiful. Look at that. We're already at 25-18 in the first quarter. I love it.
He doesn't need much space to get his shot off. So both teams making some changes here.
It's really funny in this game. You'll notice that some of the coaches in these teams that we face are not the coaches of today. Spoelstra is no longer on the Heat. I don't know where I think it was New York, it might have been. Or maybe it was New Orleans. New Orleans sounds right. I think it was on New Orleans. And I think Bosh was with him. So I find that interesting. Coach Spo and Bosh moved to New Orleans, and they are no longer a part of the Heat in my NBA mode. It's just interesting, strange. Number 7's not Kleza. Who was 7? Valuciennes? Wasn't Bargnani, was it? Could have been. Yeah, I don't like. I like Bargnani, but he's got to go. No, now hold on. Who's that? Who is that guy? Give me the ball. Yeah, okay, so it was Valenciennes. I saw a 7. Now I'm second guessing myself now. Was it a 17 or did I see a 7? 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for Ginger King, and a block. Let's add that on there right there. RKO Servant, no, that's my name. RKO Legend, right? I know you've got shoes for me. but I'm going, when I'm not recording, I'm trying to hit three-point shots to see if it's possible with these shoes that I'm currently wearing. They also are red, like the Toronto Raptors. So I'm wearing these shoes for now, and I'm going to see if it's possible for me to hit a three. I'm setting myself up perfectly for some of these opportunities, and I'm going to see if it's possible. Because if it is, we desperately need someone who can shoot good threes, and if I'm at a 75% max, 75% is good enough for me. Get that in there. Oh, good defense there. Novak with the ball now. Charging in if he's going to shoot. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to bounce out, but it doesn't. 47.6 seconds left in the first quarter. We are up by 5. Set a screen for Calderon. Oh, Calderon. Oh. Damn you, Novak. Novak gave just enough defensive pressure to knock that off its route. Oh, and there he goes. Novak. Amazing. Alright, here we go. What does Coach want us to do? Been having pretty good games. 40 points, 20 rebounds in the last game. That was impressive for me. Valenciennes. I don't know if that's his name. Calderon gonna charge in. Doesn't get. Oh, that's a foul. Shoot, that was a nasty foul. Yuck. Inappropriate foul there. And that doesn't go in. 27-24 to start off this first quarter. Oh, man. I don't know. Basketball for me, like, it's just if I'm in the mood. You know, I wasn't in the mood to watch it this season. Other seasons I'll be in the mood. With my friend coming back from his mission, he's a huge sports guy. The friends who didn't go on missions aren't sports guys. So the people who did go on the missions are sports guys. Now they're coming back slowly. I have one of the two of my friends back from their missions. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it here in a minute. But he came back from a 2-year mission for his religion. And now he's kind of like recalibrating. So he doesn't know anything about basketball right now. It's like he doesn't know that Nash is now on the Lakers. I'm sure he hates Nash for that. Because he's a Utah Jazz fan, right? So he hates LeBron James. Ooh, he's a hater of LeBron James. That's why I respond so well to people like Crimson Taurus, who is also a LeBron James hater. I'm surrounded by them. We live in Utah. We're the meanest, nastiest crowd, maybe besides Detroit on a bad day. We're the meanest, nastiest crowd. However, we hate the bad guys of the league. We hate Popovich. We hate Kobe Bryant, even though I don't think he's a villain. I think he's just, desperate to win all the time. LeBron, we hate him for no real reason. It didn't affect us at all, but we hate him. It's really funny. It's hilarious. And it's weird because we always beat the Heat when we either split the season series or we'll beat them out like 2-1 or however many games we have with them. That's when Millsap started hitting a 3-point shot was against the Heat, and that gave birth to that whole little new part of his game. And it let us beat the Heat that one year, a couple years ago, that shortened season. So yeah, the Heat aren't a problem for Utah. Yeah, so I find it funny that we hate LeBron James as much as almost everybody else does. It's shocking. Yeah, I blame the media. LeBron's a good dude. He doesn't deserve the hate, especially from Utah. We're mean. We're so mean here. We will say the nastiest thing. We'll throw dead rats at you when you're shooting the free throw. Oh, it's terrible. We are so, and I think it's because we're so kept in. We're so close. Us Utah people. We are so nice all the time that when we get in a big group and it's kind of hot and it's, you're losing by 10 and you come back and you're like, ooh, yeah, and you feel the adrenaline. You just start spurting out hate. I don't know. Never been to one of those games in Utah. Take a road trip. Do it once and you'll see. Especially against a good team like Oklahoma City and it's a close game. Oh man, dude, it gets really ugly. I can only imagine how, like, let's see, what was it, that big fight in Detroit that Ron Artest was a part of. It was really what made Ron Artest kind of a known villain in the NBA. His behavior in that fight. Oh man, look at them. That fight was crazy though. A big brawl, I loved it. NBA needs more brawls. It needs more bench clearings. I love watching it. When it happened with Indiana and the Heat, I was like, oh yes. Chicago and the Heat, yes. Push them around. I love it. I love the anger. I love the want to win. As long as no one's hurting each other, like throwing punches, I don't mind the shoving. But as long as no one's like throwing punches, you know, a hard foul, as long as it doesn't hurt you, I go, ooh. It's like throwing a pitch at a hitter. You know, it's like well, that's the game. You know, you just chuck the basketball in the face of somebody. Like, that's not going to hurt. It's going to shock you. It's like a duck biting your hand when you try to feed it bread. It shocks you. Doesn't hurt you, though. I love the drama of the sport, and that's when NBA is interesting. Heat versus Indiana. Game 7. TV ratings record there. Over the back, foul by Calderon. Look at that. Novak playing pretty awesome so far. 42-39. 5:24 left to go in the second quarter. Alright, before I talk about my friend coming back from his mission, I want to go through the workout routine. This is something I covered on the last video, and I covered it pretty extensively, because gamers come under a lot of heat. It seems that all the media has to say about video games is that it makes us fat, lazy, and makes us want to shoot people all the time. That's all I ever hear about video games on the news. Any other time, it's like Halo record sales, and then that's the only other good news that we ever get out of gaming. That being said, I think it's kind of like, if you have a high subscriber base, I think it's your responsibility to be a role model. Just what?
Well, you don't have to be a great shooter to play two-guard, but it definitely helps, and pretty much all these guys fit into that great category. And with any of those guys, when they
oh boy, people interrupting my recording all the time. Okay, so I think if you have a big subscriber base, I think it's your responsibility, just like any other celebrity, to be the role model of the people. Change the outlook. We've got Connect, you know, and there's a couple workout games for that. We came out with Wii Fit to counteract that problem. So there's a lot of issues, but if you look at gamers as a core, most of them are kids. I would say a good majority of them are kids, maybe 10 to 18 years old. 10 to 18 is a pretty good demographic for that. But you look at those kids, and how many of them are fat, you know? Like it's like when Biggest Loser took over TV, and it's like, we're gonna lose weight and we're gonna make it entertaining to watch, and you're gonna care about it. Like, if you've never seen an episode of Biggest Loser, it's crazy. Like, if I was an emotional person, I'm pretty sure I'd cry every episode. They always throw in something that's sad, piano-y music. It's almost like when Charlie dies on Lost. For me, it's like, oh, I can't take it. I can't watch this again. I can't experience it again. But yeah, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't watched Lost, you're probably halfway through Netflix watching it, and I've just spoiled it for you. I'm so sorry. One of you, I would say, is probably watching Netflix, so pretty low chances, but whatever. Yeah, so, like, I just think that a big YouTuber who does video games, I think they have a responsibility to let other people know that, no, we're not lazy. I don't have violent tendencies, and if I do, it's in a video game, and I recognize that the world is real and the video game is not. So if I do have violent tendencies, I do it in the video game and I feel relieved. It's like The Purge. It's like that new movie. It's like, just give me an hour a day to release a little bit of anger and hate towards this video game, and then I can take all the bullshit from the real world. And that's all I'm asking. There's nothing wrong with that. since listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, he says a lot of these things as well. And I don't want to be a hypocrite on any of this stuff, because I used to think that no, you should never be able to use guns, you should never be able to smoke. But to me now that I'm like learning about more things, I mean, I'm from Utah. No drugs, no alcohol, and no sex before marriage. All these unwritten rules. If I were to live in like New York, start my whole life over, I'd be a totally different person. First of all, I'd have an accent. It would be ridiculously different, drastically different. If I was from Boston, I'd probably be swearing every word. F word this, F word that. Probably. I probably would. I don't typically swear unless I really am emotional and angry, or if I find it funny. Because I do find them funny. Like, you go, damn, that's pretty funny. I don't care what you say. You see an epic dunk by LeBron, you go, oh my god, damn it, that looked good. Like, you go nuts because it did look good. So it's just when emotions run high is when I use those. But people from Boston, New York, it just seems like every other word. It's interesting. It's a strange dynamic. Rappers, half their music's bleeped out nowadays. It's just strange. So yeah, just back to the basics. We have a responsibility as role models, and I'm not up there yet. I've got 375 people. I'm changing your life one video at a time. So I think we have a responsibility as basically public celebrities in the YouTube sense to kind of set a good example and not be crazy, hate-mongering, fat, lazy citizens. I don't know. I'm a different person. I'm a different kind of person. I am in it for the money, YouTube, but I want this to be a career, I want to do this as a job, and it would be great if I could. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent again. The list has failed us, people. The list at the beginning of the video has failed us. So yes, my workout routine. Let's just get straight to it. Now that I've given you the reasons why I do have a workout routine while I play video games. For instance, halftime, if I'm not recording, the whole time during halftime I have a 20-pound dumbbell right here. I'm playing with it with my feet right now. And I just lift it, just basic curls. Basic curls, if you want to alternate basic curl and then lift up above your head. Basic curl, lift up above your head. That'll work up both the top and bottom, If you're a little overweight, this is really good to really loosen up the fat and, probably get a little stronger, It's good for cardio as well. Just during halftime, do some jumping jacks, do something. Why not? You're sitting here just listening, waiting. I'm drinking Pepsi while I do it as well. So, I mean, you don't even have to really be healthy. I'm basically toning is all I'm doing. Like I've said many times before, I can eat whatever I want and really have no consequences of any fat gaining, and that probably won't kick in until I'm about 30, 35. So even if I live that long, who knows, car accident, boom, I'm done. So I don't have to worry about it right now. When I'm 30 to 35 and I'm done eating meat, and I'm done, with the soda, and I'm like, water, family, all that fun stuff, then I'll go, yeah, it's time to make a change, and I'm going to eat healthier, and I'm going to be a healthy person. Will be too late, maybe, but hey, I had a fun life till I was about 30. It was alright, soda, steak, mounds of ketchup, sugary, salty, yummy, tomatoey ketchup. All over that steak. Yeah, I'm a ketchup eater, by the way, so you probably think I'm a weirdo for saying that. Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, like, I just work out whenever there's nothing to do in the game. If there's a cutscene, basic curls. Until the cutscene's over. And that's when you get games like flippin' Resident Evil, where suddenly the A button appears, and you're like, shit, and you throw the dumbbell down, and it breaks something, like a game case or my whiteboard, something happens, And oh man, it's just terrible. But yeah, just be a little more involved if you're watching this, and if you think that you're a little unhealthy, you are. It's a self-awareness thing. Shoot, damn it, I pressed A again. It's a self-awareness thing. If you're overweight but you don't find yourself as being unhealthy, that's cool. That's fine. I have no problem with people being overweight, people being, lazy, as long as you're doing your bit in society, not being an asshole. I really don't mind. But there's things that you could do while gaming. You can work out while gaming. 20-pound dumbbell, have it right by you when you're gaming. That's all you have to do. Respawn time in Halo is about 15 seconds. That's 2 or 3 really good curls. You die 10 times a game. About 8 minutes, you get about 15 curls in, 20, 30. 30 every 10 minutes. That's a pretty good pace. I was playing poker the other day, the Xbox version, poker. It was a disc version, not that dashboard. The disc version. And every 10 hands, if I wasn't involved, I would watch them play out the hand, the computers, and they usually take quite a while to get this process done. And the more people that are in the hand, the longer the process. So it could last. It could last a minute. It could last a minute and a half, but it usually lasts around that range. Now, every 10 hands on a poker game like that, because I can skip to make it go faster, could be about every 4 or 5 minutes. So you're doing, I would say, around 40. Well, 40's up there. I'd say maybe 25 to 30 curls every maybe 5 minutes. That is killer. And I did it for the whole tournament, and it really, it hurt. My arms hurt, and I was gonna record after that, and I was like, no, I can't. I'm exhausted. So yeah. So I did that, and just something. Get involved, be a little more active. It's just a shame. I work at a pizza place, and there's a lot of overweight people, and I'm not saying that they're kids who play video games, but it just seems like they're overweight people. It's like how does that happen? It's strange. Sometimes it's hereditary. I realize that. You're a big baby, you grow up big, you have to work harder. But I don't know. If it were me, I'd probably work harder. I think it's something to being in LeBron James' physical shape is that's what you want. You don't want to be muscly. You don't want to be John Cena. You don't want to be Hulk Hogan. You do not want to be that, because when you see those people get older, ooh, yuck, 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 yuck. You look at Ric Flair, you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to be super skinny when you get older, not floppy like an old. I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost disgusting. I'm watching it now in my head. Ric Flair running the ropes, seeing his nipples flop up and down. It's so ugh. He does those chops too. Oh man, the jiggles. So yeah, you don't want to be that working out. It's just a simple thing of, if you want to eat healthier, eat healthier. If you want to just tone your body and not eat healthy, you can do that, I guess. I do. It's not a problem for me, and I'm sure there's other people like me, so if you're like me, you could probably do that. But, if you've got a low metabolism and, it's harder for you to work out, you're overweight, you have low cardio, you get tired quickly, just baby steps. And then I guess that's one of the detractors to a show like The Biggest Loser, is that show happens so fast, within 12 weeks, and week 1 they lose 20 pounds, and you're like, how are they doing that? And then you only lose 5, and that's probably at the most too. You probably only lose 5, and you're so disheartened that you give up. You don't give up. Keep going. You lost 5, great. In another week, you'll lose 5 more. And if you only lose 4, you lost 4 more. You're still losing, So, I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic. It's strange. Humans. I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who on the Netflix, BBC Doctor Who. magnificent. If most of you are probably American, and you probably have skipped over this every area of the video, most likely. But if you're looking for a show on Netflix that is great ethically, morally, it's written well, it's well acted. Every episode is interesting in its own different way. There's funny little jokes that happen throughout the episodes. It's entertaining, it's dramatic, it's sad, it's happy. It's a perfect mixed bag of everything you want in a TV show, and that's why it's so successful. And I wish I'd jumped on the bandwagon earlier, because damn, this and Supernatural I think are both really, really good shows that I've been missing out on. But it's really excellent. There was actually an episode that I just watched, a couple of episodes, where they go into the time machine thing. The TARDIS is what they call it, TARDIS. And then they end up on like a rock planet that is orbiting a black hole, like perfect orbit, like when a basketball is trying to go in the hoop and it just goes around forever, that, and it'll never ever go in. It's just in orbit like that. So and on this rock there was a group of human scientists, and you know, Doctor Who's like, why did you come here? Why would you come here? And then he cuts him off and he goes, because you can. That's what I love about humans, because he's not human, he's a Time Lord. And I guess that makes him kind of a god, I suppose. I don't know. You know, he's got a time machine, he's got a little wand thing that does imaginably everything. So yeah, so he's like fascinated with the human race. And it's really interesting. It's like things you never even imagined before. You know, like, and these scientists are digging towards a power source that is orbiting this black hole. And come to find out, it's like the original Satan. It's the idea of Satan. It's this big-ass, fiery monster in the middle of the ground, and he's corrupting crew members, and people are dying. It's crazy. It's sad. People are sacrificing themselves for the betterment of the rest of the people. It's almost like a movie. So it's insane. But yeah, it's just really interesting. And throughout the whole episode, because they're dealing with the originator of Satan, the character, because apparently this Satan guy was made before time, so he can't be Satan from, you know, the Bible or whatever other religion he might be from, your respective religion. But this is the one that came before time, and this even goes against Doctor Who's religion. So like, there's a lot of like ethics and morals and crazy topics that happen in this show. It's an excellent show. And it just kind of covers things that you never notice anymore, you know? One of the biggest things is, oh no, that does not count. That does not count. Look at this. Look at this. Can we back up? Who was that, Paul George? Was that Paul George? No, it wasn't. Look at this. Can I hide that? Oh my goodness. Oh, man. Can we zoom in? Can we zoom in on him? Oh, no. No, I want to go down. This is no good. Who is it? Daniel? Nick? Who? McConaughey? What is that? What a strange name. So yeah, if you're looking for a great TV show, great quality and everything, it's well acted. I'm not embarrassed to say this at all. It got me teared up episode 2. Like episode 2, episode 3, there was an episode where you're like, wow, that's so sad. And like your eyes just like start to water, like, wow, why do I care? Why do I care about this? I don't even know that person, and now I'm tearing up. That's so strange. It took Lost 3 seasons for that to happen. It took 3 damn episodes for Doctor Who. So, you know, I'm done ranting about Doctor Who. It's time to talk about the final topic in this video, the mandate. Hashtag mandate. This is called hashtag mandate because it's a play on words. Basically, it's a term that I coined with me and my friends, that if there's something that we need to do, I throw down the mandate. And a mandate could mean like a rule, or it could mean that 2 guys are going out on a date, right? So it's an excellent play on words. So I threw down the mandate on my friend who came home from his mission. And those who aren't familiar with the religious mission of Mormons, they go to a, like, God selects a random place, I guess. Wherever they're needed, let's just say that. Wherever they're needed, they get called to serve. And he went to Minnesota for 2 years. So, he's been gone for 2 years. And this will kind of give you the perspective of how isolated he really was. Imagine walking through your neighborhood, but not hearing any news. Imagine going home at night, but not hearing any news. Imagine talking to people every day, but not hearing anything about anything. You know, they're just so isolated. He didn't know what the Gangnam Style song was until 4 hours after he got back. That's crazy. That's so far out there. I thought like maybe they'd have a gym day or like a day off or something that they get to go and just like go to a store and it's playing on the radio. No. They don't get to listen to the radio. It's such an isolated thing because I guess it's a very holy event that you have to sacrifice. So it's very interesting, but. Yeah, so that's what that was. So he came back, and he has no clue about anything. So I threw down the mandate, and I was like, alright, we're going to go play Halo. We're going to play Halo all day. We're going to finish Halo 4. He's a huge Halo nerd, much like I am a wrestling nerd. And so we did that. And that's why I couldn't watch Heat versus Spurs Game 1. So there we go. All my topics are kind of interconnecting here. Did we work out during that game? No. No, we didn't. Because that'd be a little... that'd be a little strange. He's been gone for 2 years. It's almost like I've changed so much as a person that we almost have to become friends again. That's how much I've changed in the past 2 years. So yeah, so we played Halo. I guess I could talk about that a little bit. It's still the fourth quarter. Halo 4 wasn't too impressed. The last boss, the guy the main boss of the whole game, you fight in a cutscene with buttons that pop up, prompts. They prompt you. Press A to stab him. Like, okay, come on. And we were playing co-op, so only he got to do it. So I don't get the satisfaction. Like, it was really ridiculous. Why isn't there an area where we fight him first? We knock down his shields. He sends in waves of hunters. You know what I mean? Waves of Prometheans. Why isn't he attacking us with the? It's just so strange. And then at the end of the damn game, they have this cheesy ass moment between the Chief and Cortana. It's not a spoiler by now. I think I'm the last person to have beat it, except for other people on their missions. So there's a cheesy ass scene at the end with Chief and Cortana. Cortana is his AI, this animated girl who just pops up out of nowhere and tells him what to do most of the time, and basically the R2-D2 of him. And he's like Superman and she's R2-D2, and there's like this love connection that's kind of strange because he's kind of like a robot and she's an AI. So is that weird? That's very interesting. Like, she reads diagnostics on him all the time. So, like, does she ever snoop if she's in love with Master Chief? Does she ever like snoop? You know, like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking. Is he thinking about me? Like, isn't that that's like Big Brother taken to the hardcore, to the extreme? And these two characters, I guess, love each other. It's a dynamic love story, I suppose. This is what I've learned from my friend on a mission. And there was this cheesy ass scene because this AI chick was dying throughout the whole game, and now she's stuck in the computer system where the last boss was being fought. So she's grafted herself to the computer system. So I'm guessing she's still alive, but she just can't go with him anymore. She has to stay where she is. So there's this cheesy scene where she's like, Go, Mr. Chief. And Chief's like, I'm not leaving you, in that epic, crazy voice. And it's just hilarious. It's like, oh, that's so cheesy. I was crying, but out of laughter. I was trying not to laugh. It was hilarious. It was one of the cheesiest scenes I think I've ever seen. So the game gets a meh out. The multiplayer's great, but the single player was... there was hardly any challenges. They really weakened all of the grenades. They weakened all of the sniper rifle. Obviously destroys vehicles now, but it just seems like since the 3rd or 4th level, we were facing the same groups of guys. Get up there. There's a shooting foul. We were facing the same groups of guys over and over again, and then we get to the boss level, and it's just kind of a prompting boss fight. It's silly. It's like, no, give me a good boss battle. I should be laying rounds into this guy, hoping that his shield might go down by 1%. If he's so almighty and powerful, but no. It's just, I don't know, it was just kind of a silly ending. So, there were good things about the game, though. There were some good things, I will say that. There were some epic levels. There was like a, at the end of Star Wars, the first movie, you're in the Death Star, and you're going around the trenches, Red Eagle, ready, Hunt for Red October, ready, you know what I mean? Armed and ready for whatever. And that's what it was. It was that type of a level, and you got to fly in a spaceship, and it was really, really cool. That was a good part of the game. See, there was a part where, let's see, where the planet is like falling apart and it's changing on you, and you're in a ghost. And you don't have any shields, so if you crash, you die. Same with the airplane, the flying, the space travel one. If you crash, you die. So it's really just make the jumps. Those are really cool levels, really epic. And one of the levels in the beginning of the game, you have gravity, and then there's no gravity. So everyone you kill is floating. Their guns are flying around, just floating everywhere. Everything's getting sucked into this tractor beam being pulled in. And you see the items you use for cover in the battle you just had against these aliens just start getting sucked away, and it's flying past your head. It's crazy and epic. So there were really good parts of the game. I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10 critically, but I don't know, the end of the story was just kind of silly. Kind of like Far Cry. Starts off great, really good story, and then it just kind of tapers off. And you're doing the same mundane actions over and over to the end of the game, and it's just, well, where's the fun in that, Surprise me, every level should be something different, and it just really wasn't that different. You have to ride in a Pelican. I guess that was alright. It was kind of hard to control, hard to maneuver, but it's a Pelican. What are you gonna do? Anyone who doesn't understand Halos just skipped past this. Good decision making by you there. So I'm going to finish up with Halo. So I give it like an 8 out of 10. It was alright. Wasn't spectacular. But it wasn't the best game I've ever played and ever had fun with. So, yeah. So, yes, we did that, and it took us almost all day. And by the time I came home, I was so knackered out from fighting aliens all day, I took a nap and I missed the game. And so that happened, yeah. So, next time you are going out with one of your guy friends, say hashtag mandate, tweet them. Oh man, we're going on that hashtag mandate. We're going to coin this term, and it's going to come from the Ginger King, and I'm going to make it my term. Mandate is my thing. I created that. I created double polos. I created that. Don't Google image. They're heresy, lies. All of those. Oh, look at Lowry. Trying to become team putback there. So yeah, so that's what happened, and it's really interesting, Return Missionaries, because typically they get married within a month or engaged, and they've started their own lives, and it's scary because like these are your friends, and I'm still only 20 years old, and so are they. So it's frightening to know that they are going to be married and have kids soon. So I'm trying to ease that up. Like, just calm down. 50% of all marriages. 50% of all marriages. My parents are divorced. Our friends' parents are divorced. So, man, make sure she's the right one. Make sure you got the right woman. Let's see. What was that comedy skit by Earthquake? He's like, make sure you got that right mother woman, man. You gotta have that right mother woman. He's a black guy. He's hilarious. It's like, cause if you don't have that white woman, man, your life will just be terrible. For me, it's too late. It's too late. I wasted my 10 years of my prime with one woman, and it didn't work out, and now I'm screwed. I don't know. It was basically that. You know, I can't really do his comedy. But I really recommend his comedy. So, there's that. So yeah, it's just kind of nerve-wracking. Like, now they're suddenly back. Suddenly I have a lot of friends again, and typically now it's just Blitzkrieg and Spratic. You guys probably don't even really know Spratic, and I hardly do either. I get on with him maybe once a week for an hour, and that's how much I know that kid. And he's the little brother of one of my friends who's out on a mission. The other guy, Blitzkrieg, obviously, if you watch the Defiance Ucast, you know him. He's probably popped up in a couple of my videos besides that Ucast. And yeah, so I know him as well, but again, I know him solely through Xbox Live. Yes, we've met up with, again, one of the missionary guys who are currently out on their missions. We met up through them. So basically, he's a friend through a friend who's became a friend. So I don't consider him a best friend, but I do consider him a close friend. And I don't know. Like, to me, that's just how it is. I don't see you as a human being. You're a friend on Xbox Live. Why would I take a bullet for you? You know, I take a bullet for my brothers. You know, maybe not my biological ones. Some of them I would. Maybe one of them I wouldn't. But I'm being totally honest here, man. Whew, I'm hoping these people don't watch this video. But I'm a brutally honest person. So yeah, I wouldn't take a bullet for him, but I'd be sad if he got shot. You know, that's kind of how it is. I can't explain it, but I'm not gonna be fake and I'm not gonna lie either. I just don't know him in real life enough for him to be called a best friend. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Hold on, did I step out of bounds, maybe? Maybe I did, because he did kind of push me out. Alright, let's see. We want to be focused on Ginger King. Let's change this angle. Good Jesus. How do we hide that? Hide panel. There we go. Let's back up. Okay. Alright, so here we go. He did jump. Yeah, look at that. That's bullshit. That's such a bullshit thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, if he pushed me, fine. But if he glitch pushed me, that's cheating. He used the force. That guy is a mutant. He's got the powers of Magneto or Jean Grey on his side. Granger backing up our poor point guard here. Yeah, pass it back down to Granger. I'll block this shot. Hibbert's not going to shoot that. What are they doing? Oh, terrible. Augustine for 3. Oh, and I had to foul there, but jeez. Look at that. See, I think it was a good foul, because typically when you jump early and you foul like that, it throws off their shot, but he powered through it. George making a 3-point deficit for the Toronto Raptors. All right, I'm done talking. It's time to get down to business. Time to take care of that man business, as Booker T would say. 30 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block for Ginger King. Maybe 2 blocks. Maybe a steal. I think I got a steal in there. Yeah, give it to me. We'll go down. See if he can back him up. You can't back him up, DeRozan. What are you thinking? Yeah, that's not going in. Well, yeah, what is he thinking? DeRozan is an explosive player, not a backing up player. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, put me on Hibbert. I'm not worried about Hibbert far away. So, there's that. Oh no, whoa. That's not even Roxio. That wasn't even Roxio screwing up. That was just the game itself. We're backing him up. See if we get him to jump. He doesn't, but he gives us space. He gives us space. We need to... Yes, Coach. There you go. I think Coach knows. Yeah. I think he put us on it, but I'm going to reiterate that we need to be full court pressing. I got to be the team leader. We want that third win in a row to start catching us up to, you know, .5. That's all I really want, because that'll just get us to the playoffs, and that's all I really want. I don't care if I win the top of the league. Look at that. Beautiful DeRozan. Clutch. Good. Typically, he won't make those. Good. Put up this pressure. Put the pressure on him. Put the pressure on him. Alright. Alright. So Augustine, maybe going to shoot? No, not going to shoot. Gives it to Granger. Granger. Ah! Really good defense by both me and my fellow teammate, and it still went in. 99 to 102. Oh, baby, we're open. Ah, but it was an iffy pass. DeRozan going up. Not going to go. McDaniel. That's his name. McDaniel. Weird. Especially for a black dude. That's interesting. I don't know. That's strange. McDaniel with the rebound there. He had that epic dunk opportunity at the, was it halftime or end of third? Could have been end of third. Right, of course, they're holding the ball. Oh, do not let them... What happened? What happened? We fouled the right guy. Oh, good. Oh, good. Excellent. But he did make it. That's interesting. But we did foul the right person there in that situation. Alright. We got to work it.
Thanks to those free throws right there, it becomes a two-possession game.
Lowry, give me the ball. Oh, I'm setting the screen. You back up for a three. What is that nonsense? Game over. What are these shitty shots at the end of these fourth quarters, man? That three I was trying to set up for Ross, I believe it was, he should have done what I wanted him to do. I was setting the screen and everything. Lowry takes it upon himself to be an asshole, and then wow, I think this is the second recording in this season 3 of Ginger King's career that at the end of a quarter, at the end of the fourth quarter, at the end of the game, they're shooting a free throw, they miss it, and they pick up the offensive rebound because of a dumbass teammate. That's the second time this has happened. That is not good. We need the new coach in here. We need to get Bargnani out of here as soon as possible. He's just dead weight. He's only in here for 7 minutes, and he's kind of a big contractor. Let's get in a... look at that. He doesn't even go for the three. We need to get in either a guy to help Lowry out or a guy who can be Terrence Ross and DeRozan's accelerant. I don't know. Bargnani, I think, is rather useless for the amount we're letting him play and or giving him money-wise, so... Because I like Davis. I like Kleza. Kleza can shoot threes, so can Bargnani. But Kleza can shoot them just as good as Bargnani. And Bargnani has better stats, so he's better trade fodder. I like Ed Davis for his rebounding. So, and Valenciennes, he's in like 3 minutes a game. He's our rookie. So we don't need big men. We have big men. We need some more supporting cast, small forwards. Maybe another point guard to back up the bench, you know, something. But let's look at Ginger King's stats here. 32 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Kept low on the turnovers and fouls. That's good. We dominated the position battle. 14 of 24 gives us 58% and 80% free throw percentage. Excellent. So, not a bad game from Ginger King here. We were only interrupted by our family members once. Alright, that's about average. Let's see, Danny Granger. 10 of 20. They shouldn't have won this game. Look at this. 4 of 14, 7 of 12. Why did they win? DeRozan, Lowry did not have a good game. 7 assists seems to be his average, but 5 of 18, that's too many shots to be missing. DeRozan could have probably played a little better. He probably got fouled a lot, though. That could incorporate into the the field goal percentage. Let's go to the team stats. I'm interested to look at the three-point shots, because we really struggle on three-point shots. We only shot 7. They shot 16. Yeah, see, we don't take many three-point shots. And this is why I'm trying to be a three-point shooter. Because look at that. And they usually will leave me wide open on the three-point line. There's one specific play that I can override, and then I'll get the ball immediately, three-point shot. So I'm going to try that on the offline games, and I'm going to see if that works. And if it doesn't, and I ruin my field goal percentage, then I'll end it, and I'll scrap that, and I'll be like, well, I'm maxed out. There's nothing more I can do, because I am maxed out on the three-point.
The way you hit the glass, you definitely had an impact out there. Was that a focus for you coming into this game?
No, I never focus. It's a focus every game, sure.
Oh, yeah,
Well, we've heard this one before. So, what I'm trying to do is rebuild this Raptors team so that we have time to even make it to the playoffs. That's my only goal, is to make it to the playoffs. And if we make it into the playoffs, then I can possibly win 4 out of 7 games, you know, win 16 games. That's all it really takes, 16 to however many you need. And it will get us at least to the playoffs. I at least want to make the playoffs. I don't want to be on the Raptors and lose with a negative game score of like 20-62. That would be terrible. So I'm going to try to avoid that at all costs. So it ruins our 2-game win streak. We're back. Let's see where the headlines are. Brian Scalabrine. Oh no. You already know that. People who know that guy. His guy is retiring. Cavaliers expected to move Daniel Gibson. Harris and the Bucks are on the outs. Aldridge. Trailblazers stop Warriors 10-game streak with win. Alright, that's interesting. Jaron Collins retiring. Alright, so no big news there. Granger and the Pacers rally past Raptors. Raptors ride. Yeah. Look at that. True shooting percentage report. Ginger King is number 1. And look at this. Number 7, Davis. So, why get rid of Davis? He's a low stat guy who's doing really well. Why get rid of him? Let's get rid of Bargnani. So let's see. Let's schedule a game when we come back. We were supposed to come back on the Nets. When were we supposed to come back? I think we were supposed to come back on the Knicks. That's right. It was the Knicks. And I recorded that game. And I think the Nets had Spoelstra and Bosch. And then, of course, I played Boston. I won because apparently we beat Boston all the time. It's easy to beat Boston. Lose to the Pacers. So, yes, we should win all 3 of these games, and then we'll come back with the Denver Nuggets. We'll be taking on JaVale McGee. They are a pretty good team in the West, so that should be a pretty good game, and then we'll probably come back against the Nets, maybe. I don't know. Well, that's 3 games. So, yeah, we'll do the Denver Nuggets and then probably the Brooklyn Nets, and then we'll take a long break, and we'll come back with the Knicks. That's probably what we will do here. You know, we're zooming through this season. Man, I'm having fun with this career mode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Place any comments in the comments box below about anything I could have talked about today. Working out, mandates, hashtag that sumbitch, get that trending. Or at least make it a term, you know? That'd be kind of cool. If I die, at least I'll know that I coined the term mandate. And it's a play on words, and I did that. Me. Unless someone else has done it before me. Then you have to tell me who did that so I can take them out. And I can put a strict copyright on that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I am Derek the Ginger King. I hope this was informative and fun. Leave a like, it helps me out. And we will see you for the next game. Hopefully.